As a woman over 50, you want to dress in a way that honors the woman you become. But we live in a world that is obsessed with youth and look younger. And this can leave you pressured for looking a certain way. That can leave us feeling lost and disconnected with our essence. When we feel this way, we may end up making decisions that aren't in line with who we are. Hi, I'm Silvana. Welcome back to this channel. And if you're new here, this channel is all about elevated styles and empowerment for women over 50. So as a stylist, I'm not immune to any of that. Some of the things I did myself. I bought wrong things and I did the wrong things. Some I observe my clients doing and buying and all of that. So hopefully in this video I am going to shed some light on the things that no longer work for me and my clients, and that hopefully will prevent you from doing those in the future. Feeling good in how we dress has a much broader comprehension than just the clothes that we wear. It's an attitude towards life at large. It includes our overall well-being. It's understanding where our clothes come from, how they're made, and everything we put on our bodies and our hair, and be willing to partake in that. When it comes to dressing, only until we learn how to dress for our body shape, no inspiration will make us feel as good as who inspired us. Because once we start comparing ourselves to others, there's no end to it. There's always someone thinner, younger, or whatever. There are no rules though. Although I keep mentioning rules all the time, because we have to start somewhere, these are just guidance for you to break them when it feels right to do so. Because the secret that makes these women so special is that they did their work. They figure out by trial and error what works for them. And they learn from scratch, they learn the elementary rules and build from them. And eventually they gave their own spin to their outfit compositions. As a stylist, I'm pretty good at camouflaging my little flaws and enhancing my assets, because we all have both. So I love to use this picture because I think it sums up everything that style is all about. So you take this girl that has a pear body type. So she's got wider hips than her shoulders. The basic principle here is that she's wearing a long figure-hugging dress, which emphasizes her body shape. But at the same time, it's long enough that falls right at the smaller part of her legs. This is one of the many styling rules. She's counterbalancing the lack of volume at her upper body by adding the vest, a leather vest, which is thicker than the fabric of the dress. That counterbalances the two body parts. She's not even wearing black for that. She's finishing off by drawing the attention to her bag and her lips. So she's deviating the attention from the areas that she's less pleased of, perhaps, we can call that. So that's the beauty of styling. It's just making the most of what you have. So she's drawing the attention to her beautiful face with bright lips and deviating the attention from the whole thing with her bold bag. So that's something that we can learn to do and have fun doing so. Another thing that comes with maturity is understanding that we have a choice. We have a choice to feel this or that way and translate that to our wardrobe. And we don't need to be dictated by old-fashioned rules or expectations of certain styles because of conventions. We can set ourselves free from those and look for things that are more in line with who we are or want to be. And stop putting limits on ourselves. The next tip is to not wear too much high heels, and for the same reasons. I want to be active, and I am very active, and I had some injuries over the years because of wearing high heels or doing the wrong things, and I just completely changed the way I wear shoes. So recently I stopped completely wearing high heels except for really rare occasions, and I prevail midi heels or even something flat depending on the occasion, if it's a weekend, depending on what I'm wearing. But for the most part I wear something midi, and that is extremely comfortable, and I can walk for a long time and still be comfortable. And for me that's been working pretty well. It doesn't shorten my legs even further. I still look put together, but it's really comfortable. So I found great brands that I'm very pleased with the quality and the style, and they are my to-go shoes at the moment. I recently discovered that I developed antibodies for Botox. I'm sharing that with you because beauty is a huge part of our personal image, and that played a huge impact in my confidence levels. Because after all, a stylist is supposed to look youthful, elegant, stylish at all times. But eventually I realized how lucky I am for having this amazing immune system that works perfectly for me. But instead of focusing on what I couldn't have, I started to look for alternatives, and I came up with amazing natural therapies. One of those being facial acupuncture, and that actually worked pretty well for me and turned out to be more me than the actual Botox. And I wouldn't have found that otherwise. And particularly after I started looking for some more natural treatments, that included changing my skin regimen for more natural, active ingredients. And having worked in a luxurious magazine at the beginning of my career, I learned a lot of tricks, and I was exposed to all brands. You name it, I tried. I completely stopped using any expensive skincare that have proven to be completely ineffective. So I decided to go back to my roots, because actually growing up in Brazil, my home country, that's what we do. As a very early age, we go to see a skin doctor that prescribes a very tailored skin regimen for us. I, for some reason, stopped doing that. And I said, I have to go back to my roots and do what I believe. And I restarted doing that. So today I'm pretty happy with the results. My skin routine is pretty simple and inexpensive and very effective. The next tip is more practical, and something that I myself started to do less and less, which is wear too much makeup. As of course we tend to think that the more mature we get, the more makeup we need. We do need some makeup, but we need something that is just skin enhancing and not just a full makeup look that can age us, that can be too heavy. I think when we really look after our skin, we have a hydrated skin from within, a healthy glow from within. We don't need as much makeup. Perhaps just a skin enhancer or a light BB cream with sunscreen, a thin layer, a good mascara, some under eye concealer, a lip balm or something. That's probably all we need for a daily look, and not heavy makeup. I stopped wearing heavy makeup. I think it started with the pandemic. I started to feel more comfortable in not wearing makeup when I don't need to, and focusing more on skincare and focusing more on sunscreen and protection. And I'm actually enjoying the freedom as well. So the next tip is going back to style, wearing basic pieces in neutral colors. Although I think I have said that in all the videos that I made so far, that those should be your foundation. There's nothing wrong with that. We have to start with a solid foundation. Everything needs a foundation. But if you only stick to those, you run the risk to look the same every day. And don't be afraid to add color or patterns, and the proportion is completely personal, with an injection of energy, because color is energy, at some form, in the right places, which is normally around your neck area. But again, it could be something that you tie around your bag or your wrist or as a belt. It's completely personal and highly recommendable, because it adds your personality and again inserts some energy into your outfit composition. The next tip is to buy something that isn't me. And I'm guilty of that. And being so exposed to all the notifications, sales, alerts, and being constantly in stores and all of that, sometimes feels tempting to get something because it was on sale or because you found the piece nice or anything. And then you realize that it wasn't me. I bought for the wrong reasons. So I constantly ask myself when I'm about to buy something. Even today, I got into the habit of doing that, and I totally recommend you to do the same. If the item was on sale, for example, ask yourself if you would have bought the item full price. Do you love it? Do you know how to style in different ways? Does it go with the other pieces in your wardrobe? Ask as many questions. If you're not 100% sure, leave it, sleep over it. If you wake up the next morning still thinking about the item, go ahead and buy it. But if you don't, or if you feel that you don't love it, just forget it. It's not worth it, even if it was on sale, even if you are tempting. Don't do that, because you will still be money that will be stuck in your wardrobe, and it's not gonna do anything for you. It's just gonna be cluttering your wardrobe, and eventually you toss it or give it away or whatever. So think more. In everything you put in your wardrobe, just think about the benefit, how it's gonna make you feel, how you're gonna wear in many ways, not just one way or two, many ways. And that leads me to the next tip, which many women, many of my clients, they actually have a decent wardrobe already. What they lack is a little bit of creativity in how to style them differently. So take one afternoon and perhaps invite your best friend or even your daughter. It's a great bonding thing to do and fun, that you gonna style your existing pieces in many different ways, new and different ways, things that you have never thought of doing. Try and get everything that you have, including accessories. That's a great opportunity also for you to weed out all the pieces that you don't love and get more ways and finding out things that we perhaps were looking for, and also discover pieces that you absolutely love and you forgot you had because it was all, crumped in the middle of the clutter. So I highly recommend you to do that every now and then, just to exercise, to keep your creative juices flowing. The next tip is buying items that cheapen our look. For those who know me well, I have no prejudice against any brands. And I actually have some one-of-a-kind pieces from high street stores. But this is exactly what they are. They are one of a kind. I consider myself lucky to have found them because I'm constantly in stores. So that's more chances that I find these pieces. But that's it. For the most part, these stores lack personality because they're mass-produced. I think that women, as we get older, we benefit from elevated styles that will really make us feel amazing and take our style to the next level. The next tip is really, really important. It's about understanding and recognizing fabrics. Fabric is an integral part in a garment confection. It will determine whether the style is going to look good on you or not. So it's really important to have a clear understanding of what fabric means. Synthetics, natural fibers, blend of those or whatever. So spend some time touching garments and reading tags and knowing the thickness, how the fabric will fall, if you will create bulk, if you will be unforgiving in some areas. That's important to understand. Spend some time doing that. Even more important when you buy a garment online, because when you read the description, you know how the fabric was made. You cannot trust the picture. First and foremost, there's always skinny girls there that are the garment was tailored for them. I know that for a fact because I worked in the fashion industry. But perhaps we have to do the same. Perhaps we have to take the garment that we bought to a tailor because chances are that it's not going to look as good off the hanger. So that's important to know fabric. Know the maintenance as well, because it's really annoying when you're buying something that's hand wash only or only dry clean or that it's not gonna feel comfortable. You're not gonna be looking as sharp from 9 to 5. All these things have to be taken into consideration when you are reading a tag. Where I'm going to be wearing this item? Am I going to be wearing in the office where I'm sitting and getting it all wrinkled, or it's a weekend thing that I want to be walking and feeling, wanting the fabric to breathe you know, have all these things in mind. It's a little bit of work at first, but then it becomes second skin. And the last tip is encompassing and summarizes everything that I've tried to convey here. It's just bringing the awareness within. Only then can you make informed decisions about the way you buy smarter. And that's the whole purpose of that. Not waste money, not waste time trying to figure out how to style something that's odd shaped. So just learn some of the rules, and then when you master them, you break them and make your outfit your own and bring your signature style. That's the definition of a trendsetter. It's someone who inspires others. You are original, you are unique. So learn what works for you and be the trendsetter yourself. I hope you enjoyed this video. That was it. As usual, thank you so much for your support. Thanks for watching to the end. Leave your comments in the section below. I love interacting with you. Have a great day, everyone, a great week, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye.